Coming up, I'm going to be talking about the return of the Orville plus a new Disney Plus experience on the Apple Vision Pro. Plus, we got an update on what's coming to Disney Plus in the UK over the autumn. All that and more coming up in today's Disney Plus news. Make sure you go hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest, and let's jump into it. Hi, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. So let's start off talking about the Orville. So this show hit at Disney Plus around the world and Hulu a couple of years ago with the third season. One of my favorite shows from recent times. Loved this show. While originally I thought it was a bit of like a Star Trek parody and was going to be a bit silly because obviously you got the creator Family Guy behind it and he's starring in it, Seth. And I thought it was going to be a bit naff. And the first season was a little bit hit and miss. But it just got better and better. And that third season, in all honesty, this was like watching a proper Star Trek series. It had the humor, but more importantly, it had the heart that you just don't see so often nowadays. And I think they did a better version of making Star Trek than Star Trek has in probably the last 2 decades. Really enjoyed the show. Even my dad liked it, and he generally just, he's not into that kind of comedy, but he loved the sci-fi element. The third season was really big in terms of scope. They were making the episodes bigger and bigger because they didn't have the sort of the limitations of being on linear television. Some of the episodes were close to an hour and a half long. They were some really good episodes. If you haven't seen it, check it out now. It's a fantastic series. Now, obviously, since the third season aired, it's been a while, and there's been a lot of questions about whether or not the show would be returning. There's been some of the creators and some of the talent and stuff talking about the fact that it's unlikely that the show might return, but there is no official confirmation of a cancellation, and it's still on the cards. Well, this past weekend at a Star Trek convention in Las Vegas, one of the show's stars, Scott Grimes, who plays one of the engineers, and he's also in the TED series as well with Seth, he said production is set to begin in January or February on the 4th season. Now, officially, we don't know if this is going ahead or not. This could be something that they announce at the D23 event this coming weekend. But yeah, I mean, the fact that Scott's come out there and saying that they're going to be going into production definitely indicates to me that we could be seeing some of this in the future. Now, obviously, if they do begin production next year, I wouldn't likely expect to see the show hit Disney Plus or Hulu until 2026, because there'll be a lot of special effects and stuff in there. But it's been one of the problems with the show is that it obviously takes a lot of post-production and just the way it runs and stuff. But whether or not they continue to make it more linear friendly and make those like 45-minute episodes, or whether they continue with those longer ones, budgets and stuff. But I really like the idea of Disney continuing the stories of the Orville. I love it. It's one of, as I said, it's one of my favorite shows, and I'd love to see it return. But it looks like it might be happening now with what Scott said. So hopefully we get pretty much confirmation on this soon. But let me know what you think. Would you like to see the return of the Orville? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Shifting gears now, if you use Disney Plus on the Apple Vision Pro, good news, there's now a new update on there which allows you to kind of watch through like National Geographic. They've added a new area where you can see some beautiful scenery while you're trying to watch it and stuff. Previously we've had like an area for Marvel and Star Wars, but now they've added National Geographic in there, sort of updated it to kind of give you a little bit more of a beautiful things, amazing photographs and stuff in there as well. Also, they've added 4 films that are now available on 3D from Marvel, including both the original Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron and Ant-Man and the Wasp. And also Ant-Man is exclusive on 3D on this device. So if you're using an Apple Vision Pro, you've got good reasons now to jump back in and use your Disney Plus app. But yeah, I think this is interesting that they're doing this kind of stuff. For me, I kind of feel like with Apple Vision Pro, it kind of feels like an extended tech demo that maybe Apple is just paying them to do. I can't see how financially this is viable, how many people are actually using this stuff. The Apple Vision Pro is getting a load of stuff that, us regular subscribers aren't getting, so I'm sure Apple is paying them to do so. But, you can see Disney spending money and doing development and stuff to maybe, if this is the future, they want to make sure they're ready for it. And it is important that they do this research and development and keep kind of pushing boundaries, because you never know what's going to take off and what isn't. And they have to be, they've got to try these kind of things out. So I'm glad it's there. But let's be honest, how many people have an Apple Vision Pro? The 3,000 quid for one of them. I can't see there's many users. If you are going to use it, let me know in the comments below what you think of the Disney Plus experience on it. Would love to hear your thoughts on that as well. Shifting gears now, let's now talk about what's coming to Disney Plus here in the UK and Ireland over the autumn. Disney has put out an announcement confirming some of the major shows that we're going to be getting over the next few months, running pretty much from August through till December. Lots of great content in here. We've got the new British series Arrivals. We've also got In Vogue of the 90s, which that's coming out on the 13th and the 20th of September. Also, in terms of new shows, we're going to be getting the new High Potential show, Dr. Odyssey, Road Diary, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. After Baywatch, Moment in the Sun. We're also getting the new 4th season of Only Murders in the Building. That's dropping on the 27th of August. We're getting the 2nd season of the FX The Old Man. The new season of Grey's Anatomy. We're also going to be getting the return of Abbott Elementary. Plus also Agatha All Along, which is dropping on the 19th of September. The new Star Wars series Skeleton Crew on the 4th of December. And a brand new series from National Geographic, Tasami, Race Against Time. So that it's quite a lot of different content coming in. Loads of great stuff. There's lots of other bits and pieces dropping in as well. And obviously here in the UK, we're also going to be getting things like 911 and yeah, just a lot of great content. And I think that is the key core thing now for Disney Plus here in the UK. We're getting all those big ABC shows, which really drive up for me the value of Disney Plus. I watch most of those shows, so it's that great thing of now, got great load of stuff to look forward to. There's a lot less originals than there used to be. There's no doubt about it that there is, but most of these shows are exclusive to Disney Plus, so they are originals for us because we don't have any linear channels for them to go on. So lots of great stuff that I'm personally looking forward to, but again, just pulling back, we can see how they are just now, they're focusing on their big shows that we're getting rather than just feeding us lots and lots of smaller stuff that we used to have. We've got a nice mix there of some British stuff, but also just a lot of interesting shows. Like I said, loads of stuff that I'm looking forward to watching. Old Man, Grey's Anatomy, Abbott Elementary, etc. Loads of good stuff there. Plus also Agatha and Skeleton Crew. Can't go too wrong with that one. I do think them using Skeleton Crew and saying it's autumn. I mean, I think the beginning of December, I think we're definitely well into winter by then. I know that like probably, you know, some technical reason it doesn't, but yeah, I kind of would say like, no, that doesn't really fall under autumn. But I'd love to know what you're looking forward to watching on at Disney Plus over the autumn. And obviously most of these, or pretty much all of them, are also going to be on Disney Plus in the United States through the Hulu side. And let me know what you're looking forward to watching in the comments below. In our question today, which comes from our YouTube channel member Babak, who says, could Disney add Disney Plus as one of the D23 perks? I assume it's going to come with a price rise, but would bundling be beneficial for them? So I definitely think the idea of adding Disney Plus to the D23 club is an interesting idea. However, the price of it probably wouldn't make it worth it. Now, the D23 club, if you aren't aware, is the official Disney fan club. It costs about $100 a year. In there, which I have literally just received, literally yesterday, was my membership number and my stuff. I got a little card and things. You get like a quarterly magazine. You get some like free gifts, or say free gifts. I got some new like Mickey Mouse and Merlin figures this year. And you also get invites to special events if you're in the United States. And sometimes they do things like in Disneyland Paris. The only reason I really became a member this year was to go to D23 this weekend. Obviously, I'm not going anymore, but that was the main reason, was to save money on the ticket. I'll be honest, I am not going to be renewing my membership when it comes up in January, because in all honesty, it's really just not worth it just for a gift, which obviously you're paying for. I've had pins and stuff in the past. It's nice, but there's no real benefit. When I was on Disney Cruise, didn't get any benefits, you know, when they're offering like some discounts, didn't do it. You try and book anything, you don't get a discount for being a D23 member, which is kind of like, well, what's the point of it? I think if you lived in California or in Orlando, it kind of maybe makes more sense. But I think for anyone that doesn't live near the parks, it's probably not really worth it if you're not going to be going to those big events. They do have a little events and stuff here and there, screenings and stuff. But again, most of these are either in Orlando or in Los Angeles. So it's not really worth it. And I think the idea, if they added a Disney Plus membership in there as well, then you're going to be looking at, you know, how much is that going to cost? $200-300 a year. Is that going to be worth it? I don't know. I think in some ways, I'm not really too sure of how the D23 membership really helps anymore. It just, to me, it seems like way of them putting on some little events. It makes a bit of money for them, and it's just, yeah, I don't know, it's just a bit of an odd one. Like I said, the benefits, unless you are at one of those two centres, are just not really worth it. And I've been a member now for what, 3 years, but again, 2 of them were because I wanted to get D23 tickets for the event. Even when I went to Star Wars Celebration last year, they put on a special screening, and I'm like, well, it's right on the other side of London, and it was really expensive, and it was like, was it worth it? I don't know. I don't think so. If you're a D23 member, let me know if you think it's worth it or not. Again, I'm not convinced this year it is. Like I said, I do like some of the gifts and stuff that we've had, but yeah, I think trying to make things more and more connected. I mean, now that we have this My Disney Experience single login, it does now register the fact that you've got it's all connected and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like in some ways just having a Disney Plus subscription probably gets you more benefits than actually a D23 membership. But let me know. Do you think they should do more with it? Do you not? I mean, like, I just don't see much point of doing the D23 membership much now. Like I said, unless you go into D23 every year or every 2 years, there's not, like I said, not a lot of benefit. But again, it's a good way for them to cream an extra $100 out of you. But let me know what you think. Do you think it's a good idea or not? Love to hear your thoughts on that. Remember to go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters.